Welcome to today's episode of the Be Sure podcast. Living with epilepsy involves challenges beyond seizures, including stigma and emotional impact. However, with the right treatment and adjustments, many people with epilepsy can lead active lives. To help us better understand this, we are fortunate to have a renowned consultant neurologist with extensive experience in treating epilepsy. Welcome, Doctor.
Yeah, basically, epilepsy is a common disease, not that uncommon, but there are so many social taboos related to it. So, it's very important for the people to understand about epilepsy.
Let's start with the basics. What exactly is a seizure and how does it affect the brain?
Basically, seizure is the abnormal movement of the body. It originates from a particular part of our brain due to some abnormal electrical connections in the brain, some chemical imbalance in the brain. So some abnormal movement happens in the body. It can be of various types, like generalized seizures, which the most people know, in which there are movements of all the four limbs of the body. Patient may have uprolling of eyeballs and clenching of teeth. So that is the most common type of seizure. But there may be seizure of one side of the body, like movements like this abnormal movement of one upper limb and lower limb. Then there can be movement of one part of the body. There can be staring look. Patient may be looking continuously to one side without responding. This may be associated with loss of consciousness or without loss of consciousness. So every seizure adversely affects the brain because during the period of seizure, there is hypoxia and decreased oxygen supply to the brain.
What is epilepsy?
Epilepsy is basically when two or more seizures happen and there are unprovoked seizures. Unprovoked means there is not an acute reason for the seizures to happen. Like there is no hyponatremia or hypocalcemia for seizures to happen. So when two such seizures happen unprovoked or more than two seizures happen, then we call it epilepsy.
What are the different types of seizures and do they affect people differently?
Actually, I already explained a little bit what are different types of seizures. They may be generalized seizures which affect the whole body. They may be focal seizures which affect one side of the body, or they may affect only one part, like only one arm or leg or the face or the eyes. They may be associated with loss of consciousness or without loss of consciousness. There may be simply some abnormal movement like chewing movement, sucking movement. Then patient may be just buttoning, unbuttoning, or he may have a staring look. He may stop doing the work and staring to one side. There may be just memory loss at that time. Otherwise, patient may be doing routine work. So all these are the types of seizures.
I see. Now, can you explain what causes epilepsy? Is there always a known cause?
There may be many causes of epilepsy, but there may not be any cause of epilepsy to which we call idiopathic. Among the causes, first come the acute causes like some electrolyte disturbance in the body, decreased sodium or calcium, brain infections like meningoencephalitis, then head injury, hemorrhage in the brain. All these can lead to seizures. Apart from that, there may be genetic correlation of the epilepsy. Some genetic causes are there which lead to epilepsy. Genetic syndromes are more common in children. Then febrile seizures can be there. Seizures may be associated with fever, or seizures may be associated with excessive drinking. If some patient is on medication, then lack of medication, not taking medication can also cause seizures.
Well, that's really helpful to understand. Well, what are some of the signs or symptoms of epilepsy that caregivers should look out for?
The caregivers should know about what are the seizures which are happening to that patient. But if a patient is having a particular type of seizure, like patient is having generalized seizures, he may have focal seizures also. So some tonic type of movement, some abnormal movements of body, shaking of the body like this, these
Yeah.
symptoms are the most common symptoms. But if clenching of teeth is there, tongue bite is there, or urination or defecation patient is doing at that time without knowledge, all these are signs and symptoms of seizures. But most importantly, I want to tell what the people should do if a patient has seizures. So immediately he cannot rush to the hospital. So first thing they should do is make the patient lie straight, then turn him or her to the right side or the left side, loosen the clothes. If the collar is tight or the cuffs are tight, loosen the clothes. Never open the mouth forcefully. Do not try to insert anything inside the mouth. Like people have tendency to insert a spoon, insert water inside the mouth. They think that his throat is getting dry, so they insert water. So all these things should not be done. Some people have a habit of smelling of socks. So all this should not be done. Only thing is to lie down the patient on one side, either right or left, and wait for the seizure to stop.
Now let's talk about something that many people with epilepsy face: stigma. Can you tell us why epilepsy is often misunderstood?
That is from old times only. People think that it is a social stigma. They think that it is some kind of some abnormal supernatural powers are doing this, but there is nothing like that. It is a disease which is originating from the brain and affecting the body, and it is completely controllable. If we give the proper medication, we can control the seizures. People think that if we eat with the person having epilepsy, if we share clothes, share things with that person, it will spread. But epilepsy does not spread like that. You can definitely live with the person having seizures. You can share things with him. You can eat in the same plate with that person. Even it does not spread by uh, getting intimate with that person. So a person with epilepsy can have a normal life. He can study, play, even he can get married, have children, can lead a normal life. Only thing to be taken care is that to get out of these taboos, do not take this local things like smelling socks, taking some desi totkas, but take proper medication from an expert doctor that can control seizures.
Absolutely. Now let's move on to managing epilepsy. What are the common triggers for seizures that patients and caregivers should be aware of?
So patients with epilepsy should have proper 7 to 8 hours sleep at night. Then is keeping their epilepsy medication. So medication should be taken regularly as prescribed by the doctor. Then is excessive intake of alcohol that should be avoided. So excessive stress can also precipitate epilepsy. So these are the trigger factors which a person suffering from epilepsy should take.
That's a great tip, doctor. What other lifestyle adjustments can help someone manage epilepsy?
Yeah, basically keeping a fixed schedule, routine life, taking your medications properly. So maintaining your sleep as well as eating cycle regular, and just do not eat so much of fast food, maintaining a healthy lifestyle. So these are the lifestyle modifications one should take care. If you are having active seizures, then you should avoid driving and swimming, because if seizure happen during that period, it can be risky to your life. Otherwise, other routine activities the person can do. There is no need of restricting the routine activities. Going to school, going to work, having the leisure activities. So all these things can be continued.
Thank you so much, doctor. To wrap up, could you share some safety tips to help prevent injuries during seizures?
Any sharp things should not be kept in the room of the person who is having epilepsy, and he should avoid driving. He should not drive himself, two-wheeler or four-wheeler, anything. Going at heights like mountains, then swimming, going near fire. These things should be avoided so that the person does not have injuries.
Thank you so much, Doctor. This has been incredibly informative and helpful. We hope today's discussion helps listeners better understand epilepsy and how to support themselves or their loved ones, of course. Any final thoughts?
The final is that only that epilepsy should not be seen as a taboo. Someone having epilepsy should consult a doctor because it is disease which can be controllable and the person can lead a normal life.
Thank you, Doctor. And thank you to our listeners. Until next time, take care and stay informed.